Hello, my name is 27 and welcome back to Scavenger SV4. Last time, well, let's dump that into Science Lab, then send the rover back to garage. We arrived over the planet. We've made expeditions down to the planet. Planet's still visible. Here, yep, there's the planet right there. We're just going to go around to the dark side very shortly. We made expeditions down there, and we have recovered artifacts, started science going, and we're being heavily irradiated. Oh, that one's actually almost... It's an optic. Alright then, that could be a laser, and it's straightforward and well suited to research, so potentially the rover could be getting an upgrade before it leaves today on the next mission. Alright, rover, let's take the arrow indicator off. This will tone down the sensitivity a little bit. That's 58. That's 50. Got lower efficiency, but should be fine. A survey map will keep, seismic mic will keep, along with the microphone. That way, because we can basically stop and look and detect whether or not something is active or not based on that. And there's been a patch since I last recorded. That's our ship there, ISC 284 Altar. So I guess potentially, if you do enough missions and you leave a rover behind on the planet, you'll potentially find your rover sitting on the planet from before. Near infrared camera. Right? Infrared camera. Alright then. We have a backup should the camera we have installed right now get destroyed. Let's go out and close the doors just in case this does affect the radiation. Close the science lab. Survey map data. It should be safe to launch the rover back to there. Alright, it's being relocated as we go around the dark side of the planet very slowly. I'm gonna get a look at it. There it goes. Blasting off back to the planet to possibly be blown up. Take a look at the auto dock just to remind myself what our radiation levels are. Scanning in progress. Alright, 1000. So we are roughly halfway to the point where I'm starting to think about bugging out seriously. We have mild radiation sickness already, and 2000 is getting severe radiation sickness. Everything's okay in there. Oh, pressing the wrong button. That explains. System overview. System's nominal. I'll keep that screen up. That way I can just look at it and see whether or not there's more than lines of text. Oh, it's currently rebooting. Literally, as soon as I go away, something goes on. But luckily, the bunk terminal is already rebooting itself. That's good. Let's head over to the bridge. The rover should be on the planet now. Yeah, on planet. Establish communications link. Let's power on the seismic mic. Alright, can hear nothing. Alright, storage battery. There. Power it on. On the auxiliary generator too. Charge the battery. Anything nearby here? Nope. Let's keep going. There's something there. Not certain what it is. We'll let the seismic mic see if we can hear anything. Nope, nothing. Alright, that's fully charged. Turn off the auxiliary generator. That kind of looks like a dropship. A weaponized dropship. That is alive. Generator, infrared laser. Got 2 contacts. Use this Hulk as cover. Alright, we got 1 down. Got 1 on the right. That's a destroyed one. There's 1 more. Alright, let's rotate. Right, on our right, over here. There it is. Just barely make it out. Tango down. Good kill. Alright, let's go and nav from you. It's mechanical, alright. So we already seen something like it, so we now know automatically it's mechanical, which is nice. In fact, you don't always have to research everything from scratch. You kind of look like a different design. Either that or you blew up differently. I think you're the same, you just blew up differently. Alright. There's a sample. I have no idea what this sample is. Potentially something very valuable. Let's leave there and recall. There we go. Rover's back on its way up. And the terminal there should be good. Let's go and close off to the bridge. All systems nominal, I think. Yep, everything's nominal. That's good. I will, however, check on the engines manually. All nominal. Won't flow. Okay, they're leaking a little bit of radiation, but not nearly as much as the planet. Operation efficiency 88%. They're all okay. That's good. Everything in here is good. We have 153 pounds of food in the galley. 94 gallons of potable water. 88% on the water filters. 93% in the gases. 100% on the EVA tank. Primary fuel is at 51%. Maneuvering fuel is at 87%. Plate of heat shield is at 91%. Alright then. Cargo system. Door overrides. Medical engineering. Let's just close all the doors. And then we'll make sure to try and close them as we leave. Everything is nominal. And the rover's back. Close the door. Something mechanical and something unknown. Reserve battery and the arrow indicator in storage. Let's jump over here. Search all. Phase 2. Phase 1 and this one's also going well. Should be good to send the rover back down. Yep, should be good. Tell the rover. Launch. We'll launch. There it goes. And then we'll wait for it to land, then we'll keep looking around, see what else we can't find, because I do know that there's vaults and derelict spaceships and all that operate with. Oh, it's a EM field. And this is a launcher. It could be a missile launcher or potentially a gun of some kind. I haven't seen any guns, but technically possible it could be a gun. Rover is orbiting. Still 40 seconds away. This link does cause some frame rate loss. I will terminate it for the moment. And 54, 50, 34. All going good. Everything else should be fine. We have plenty of potable water and all that. Shouldn't have to worry about running out of food. Just have to worry about the radiation from said planet right there. Right, rover is power shortage. Turn on the auxiliary generator. Actually, there's objects to the front that we can go investigate, along with one behind. Ow. A little bit rough on the touchdown, don't you think? Alright, so let's go behind, because there's an object nearby over here. In here. What's that over there? That looks like something. Mortar cannon. Okay. That's something new. I haven't seen that before. The mortar cannon. Alright then. And this is definitely not natural in any way, shape, or form. In fact, this could be the perfect opportunity for the infrared camera. If we can get into this. I'm not sure we can. Is there anything around we can hear? A target beacon. Oh, there's something. Oh, right there. Toggle to infrared laser. And it's dead already. Either we got a pretty darn good shot in, or it was close to death. That looks like a door. Oh, enemy aircraft. Alright, we got that. There's aircraft in this area. I'll have to keep that in mind. I think we got a hit in. Not certain though. Maybe well out of range. Is this a door? I guess not. Unless we have to defeat all the guardians of it. There we go. Good kill. Good kill. Where is it going? And there it goes. The splash one. Then we can go and investigate it afterwards. Alright. I think that's enough here. Turn off the laser, generator, seismic mic, and recall. And let's go take a look at the things we researched while that was happening. Alright, it's a ranged weapon. When fired, an explosive projectile will be propelled from the launch tube. Get range compensation versus gravity, but may allow targets outside direct line of sight to be engaged. The mortar. Literally. Alright then. And a target beacon. It literally is just pointing. I'm right here. Not something we're interested in. Slightest. However, that mortar, if it's not spinally mounted, that could be something that we would be interested in getting. If only to try it out. That's something I haven't seen before. I think we'll outfit the rover with the infrared camera as well. Because I'd like to try it and see what happens. Go. Things. There's a sensor of some kind. Water cannon goes there. Target beacon storage. Infrared camera. We'll swap out the laser with the mortar just to see if it's a object or not. Start to research. That one's actually almost in phase 3. Let's see what this is saying. Hector. Right, and something that we have no idea what it is. Alright, so your infrared camera. Install that. Stop the mortar. Take that out. Put that in and install. Is that a spinal mount? Nope. That is a turret mount. It looks like that's changed to allow the camera to be in there. So we will try out the camera and also try out the mortar at the same time. Send it to the cargo bay. That should be everything. Although we now only have one slot, so hopefully if we can find a way in to whatever that structure is, we'll have a be able to find something. Let's close off the cargo bay door. That's almost, what's it, phase 3? Still, it's half done, and we'll just wait and see what this phase 1 object is. It is a sensor of some kind. And what did it say? Particularly complicated to study. Alright then. Hard to study. And launch the rover. Although, this one's almost done. What is it? Oh, it's another arrow indicator. Literally, hull front. Unless it's not quite that simple, and I could try that. Sure. Different run. What I was just come to the realization of is potentially that just, oh, it's already pre-booting itself. Good job, good science computer. Is that it could be a need to triangulate. 30 seconds to read. There, let's put the bird camera on this screen. Of course, right now I can't see anything. Because it's, you know. Right, then that's actually quite useful. It doesn't help too much with this. And a seismic mic as well. Make sure we're not about to get sneaked up on by something. It's not as much. Though we do generate some of our own noise with the auxiliary generator on. Oh, there's another structure over there. And what looks like a derelict ship. Quick listen. Nothing. I mean, it's a little bit zoomed in for... Oh, contact. There, I see it. Okay, that was way low. Alright. Trixie, scars and glory lasts forever. Oh, there's two of them. Alright, I think the laser would have been a better weapon here. Still low. Man, this thing has a terrible trajectory. Alright, storage battery took a hit. There we go, I hit something. The remap is slightly damaged. That took a hit. So far we're avoiding damage. Too bad. Alright. Main camera took a hit. Manipulator arms as well. Alright, we got one. Scratch one. Although there's something behind him as well. We're gonna swap up with the laser. We are gonna nick this, whatever this is. There is something to the front, but we're gonna leave that alone. Alright, and back up. I'd like to get inside that, if I could. Actually, that kind of looks like a... kind of like a way in. That is a way in. And there's an object in here. Discard you. What is this? I'm stealing this. This is mine, whatever object this is. Alright, that's an unknown object. There's another object right there. Alright, back out. Back out. Out we go. Bravely run away. I found out how to get inside those. You just gotta look for the open one. And recall. We got something interesting coming back to the ship. You're rebooting again. Keep on crashing. I don't like that. It's a sensor. Particularly difficult to study. And once the rover comes back too, we're gonna have to put it in for repairs. And just hope that things don't blow up. Because the modules you start with, yeah, you're basically guaranteed to repair them because you know what they are. You know how they work. The things you've researched, you know how to make them work. You don't know how they work. And they're a little bit difficult to repair. And there's always a chance that they'll, to put it bluntly, they'll blow up when you try to fix them. So that's something we gotta be careful of. Alright, rover, come on back. Should be back soon, I hope. It's matching orbit. Alright, it's docking right now. As soon as I go check, it's docking. There it is, a little bit of battle damage. You can see on the back there and on the side, a little bit of battle damage. That goes straight into there. We're gonna have to figure out what that is. And send the rover to the garage. Research. Oh, really? That's already at 51%. But it's went up by 3%. And potentially could be some event horizons type stuff going on there. So, and there's audio logs and all that, which I haven't actually listened to with the rover. You have to have the rover. Video camera. Manipulator arms. Survey map. And near infrared. Test repair. All these ones, and then try the infrared one. 24% chance of success, 31% of failure, and 45% of catastrophic failure. Basically, a success means it worked, obviously. Failure means, I believe it doesn't take any more damage, but you also don't repair it. And then a catastrophic failure is the object is destroyed, which, I mean, have other cameras, but it would be nice to have the infrared camera because it makes it a lot easier to actually see these guys because they're giving off an infrared heat signature. So we can look at them with the infrared and see that. Let's check our radiation. So I'm willing to bet we're going to need the treatment. Yeah, we're going to need a treatment. Advanced radiation sickness. Yep. Very shortly we're going to have to bug out. In fact, we're severe. So actually once these things are done researching, we're going to have to bug out. Because if we don't, we could die on the way back. This is an audio sensor, so it's a microphone. This is a electrical object of some kind. Electrical nature, and it's slow to research. How is the repairs going? Well, it didn't die, but it may have failed. Reinstall the video camera. Manipulator arms. Survey map. And the near infrared, it's slightly damaged, but it should hopefully work. Try the seismic mic. And that, and we will pull off the mortar cannon. I mean, the seismic mic is fairly easy. I want the infrared laser. Not the rocket array. Well, it's definitely interesting to try out the mortar cannon, but it's got too much of an arc to it. It's way too lobby. Oh, did the oh. I must have missed it, but the survey microphone, or the sensor seismic microphone, that's the word I'm looking for, suffered a catastrophic failure. And it was destroyed, so that's a shame. Let's see, yep, still phase 2, 29%, and that's phase 3 at 30%. Means difficult to analyze, so you know what? We'll go down. We have another infrared too, because that was quite useful. I thought we did. We don't. Over to cargo bay. I think we'll go down one last time, see what we can't find. And then we will bug out. We'll let that research happen. Launch the rover. Ah, sun is just coming up. There it goes. I've left the doors open again. Oh well. I'm gonna be leaving soon anyway. I want to check on this, see how much radiation we've gotten. 3,000 just a moment ago. Authorize the treatment. I want to keep it as low as possible. Because I don't want to, well, die on the way back and have my ship arrive by itself. That would be awkward. Phase 3, phase 2, 54%, so we'll get a little bit of exploring in, eventually. Landing. There it is. Oh no, the near infrared camera is actually still working, it's just damaged. Yeah, the seismic mic was lost. Yeah, that's actually quite damaged. Although it's definitely something to keep in mind now. The infrared camera is quite good. There's contact right there, I think. That's a destroyed one. Hard to tell with the flickering. That's the destroyed one because it's cold. That one's not cold. That one's hot. There is another structure here. How deeply and how greedily do we want to dive? That is the question. How greedily do we want to dive? Probably something in the middle of that, but I'm not certain. Trying to use the infrared camera real quick to scan, but it's such a narrow field of view that makes it hard. I'm just looking for the open side now. Contact front, I can see it. But we took a hit. Got a hit in. Good hits. Good hits. Come on, get it. It's down. Contact to the side. Alright, we lost the microphone. We lost basically everything. Rover connection lost. Oh, I guess that's the end of our rover. And all the stuff that was on it. It's a power plant. Can or be used as a power plant. Let's go and look in, not medical, storage. What's the current value of all the stuff we've gotten? 22,000 plus credits including rover. Oh, well, there's no rover left anymore, so a good job. Good job, us. We weren't able to pull it out in time, but even if we had, it would have been useless. Check the auto dock again. Yep, I want to keep that down, but I also want to find out what the power plant is. I'm not sure what happens if you leave with it not being fully researched. Not certain. That's an interesting strip of paint. So the sensor is at 80%, and I don't know how it's split. Does it split its processing power in order to speeds? I'm not certain exactly how the science station works. Actually, I would like to go look at engineering. How do things look in engineering? Rover communication signal lost. But other than that, we'll use a little bit more of our gases because we are, breathing. That's all nominal, no service needed. So other than loss of the rover, everything's good. Though it is a shame to have lost the rover. I wonder if at some point in another game I'll run across that rover. It is possible because there's been destroyed walkers around, so it's possible we find the rover. Alright, something finished. It's a microphone. A pressure transducer. It can easily be adapted as a microphone to transmit an audio feed via the rover's uplink. The microphone. Like the one I'm talking into right now. Stuff it into storage. And then the last thing is this power plant, which is very, very glitchy. I will freely admit, is extremely glitchy, and it also appears to be going much faster now. So in order to save you the burden of having to wait for this to be done, not sure how long it's going to take, I'll cut in here and I'll bring you back to the final verdict of whatever this is. Alright, welcome back. As that's not an error code. Just as I was about to say, that research finished. Force a reboot. But to say that research on the wobbly item finished, it's a fusion reactor, and we'll look into it a little bit more as soon as this reboot's done. 64 cores in a monitor like this. Okay, sure. But nice to find this earlier. Fission reactor, compact nuclear reactor. When powered on, generates substantial quantity of usable electric power. Reactor core is well shielded and armored. Projections into the level of damage necessary to cause primary containment breach are significantly above the level of damage the rover could withstand. Basically, that thing wouldn't go nuclear unless a nuke hit it, possibly. Even then, but maybe not. Who knows? That's now in the storage hold for whatever good that does. Over to planet still. And well, now it's time to go home. We have no rover, we can't do anything else. We can look at where we went, but that's it. Exit orbit and end the expedition. Delta V to remain 13%. I can't help but pointing out that is a terrible orbital maneuver. I recognize it's probably just pointing towards the sun in order to jump away, but that is a terrible orbital maneuver. Claire McDermott explored the planet's surface at some length, mapping portions of the lifeless craggy mesa she discovered at the landing site. The surface rover was destroyed. She looted 7 derelicts and recovered 10 alien artifacts from the surface. She made extensive use of the Altar's research labs, substantially advancing her understanding of several alien technologies. Studies of alien devices lean towards audio sensor technology. The most valuable of the items she recovered was a mortar cannon valued at 4,500 credits, and all her collected treasures were worth a total of 2,496 credits. During her encounter, she exposed herself to a potentially lethal dose of hard radiation. She made a small fortune from the sale of her cargo, but not enough to change her medical prognosis of terminal illness due to radiation exposure. Decided it was better to go out in a blaze of glory and took Altar on one final trip. Out in the frontier, their outposts creating devices frowned upon in the more their outposts catering to vices frowned upon in the more civilized and regulated core worlds. Claire McDermott spent her last days on a massive bender, the life of the party, spending her credits like there was no tomorrow. It was not long for her before it was true. So we got 3,000 points for exploration, minus 500 because we lost rover. 2,500 for 25,496 for object recovery, and 4,566 for research. Or health, 51%. We're roughly 2,300 MSV on for radiation. That's 50% health. A fairly good chance we could have died there. That was actually my lowest ranking run. because that was the highest radiation, and also got lost the rover and everything on the rover. But that will do it for this little quick look at. Well, I may stream it. I may also do another runs, depending on what people think. But I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.